Are you considering traveling a long distance to get tattooed by an awesome tattoo artist? Stay tuned for tips and more. Hey guys, I'm Hayley Tattooer and this is Tattoo Talk. So in this video, I want to discuss traveling long distance for a tattoo appointment. I myself have done a lot of travel to get tattooed, mostly within Australia, but Australia is pretty damn big, so a lot of it has required multiple flights and that kind of thing. So I do have a few tips for people that are traveling interstate or internationally to get tattooed. The first thing is to choose your artist. Choose your artist properly, especially if it's a country that is not a first world country. If they're still like a developing country, make sure that you are in contact with an artist, you've checked their portfolio, it's consistent, that the work is actually theirs. Like a video would be good if you can see like them working, because in some poorer communities they do tend to like pinch photos off the internet to put in their portfolio, but it's quite unlikely that you'll come across this. Word of mouth is also really good, but find an artist that you like, that you definitely can see that they are worth traveling for, and that their style is something that you love and you want to have on your body. Once that you found that artist, check out where they are and contact them, only if you're serious. If you think I can definitely budget in flights, accommodation, Ubers, food, and the tattoo, then contact them, because there's no point sort of contacting the artist and then just wasting their time as well. So if you're actually financially prepared and emotionally prepared to make a big trip to get a tattoo, that's cool. Contact them, send them an email, fill in their booking request form, whatever it may be. Chances are, if they're a really top quality international artist, they are going to have a waiting period. So it's not like they're going to get back to you and say, oh, I've got time next week, and then you'll have to fly over. It's probably not going to be like that. And even if they do have time, you're quite welcome to book further down the track. They will definitely understand if you are flying interstate or internationally. So make sure that you send through all the information that they need. Since you won't be able to have an in-person consultation with that artist, you need to really go heavy with the information in your booking email. Before you email the artist, check in their Instagram bio, check in their Facebook about section, or back through their posts, check on their website, see if their books are actually open. Some artists, including myself, do like run on closed books, and then once every couple of months we will open them up to bookings. So not really any point sending your email when the books are closed, unless the artist operates on like a waiting list sort of thing. But if you don't find any information there about their booking situation, go right ahead and send the email. So you want to include a description of the placement of the tattoo. So don't just say arm, say full arm, 3/4 sleeve, upper arm, inner arm, outer arm, lower arm, that kind of thing. Include a photo, a straight on, well lit photo, not a selfie photo, get somebody else to take it, a photo of the position that you want it in. If you are getting something like a sleeve, you might want to take a photo front on, side on, back on, so that they can butterfly the photos out and see exactly what space they're working with. If it's a tattoo that's only going to be a certain size in a big area, just get on one of those little picture doodle app things and just, put a circle around the area that you want to cover. Send dimensions. Dimensions are really important in tattoo preparation. We don't want to draw something super detailed and then have to condense it down really small. So measure yourself properly, send them dimensions. You want to confirm the style that you want it in. So make sure that you are going to that tattoo artist for their style. If you just find a killer tattoo artist that just does like awesome neo-traditional, and then you're going to go to them for tribal when they don't do that, again, you need to choose your artist based on their style. So confirm that it's in their style. Say, I love your work, I love the style that you do, I love the style that's on your Instagram stories, that's the style that I want my tattoo in. In my tattoo, I want to include this, I really like these colors, if you have colors, or I prefer it in just black and gray. All the information, reference images. It's really flattering if you use reference material from that artist's Instagram if you can find it, but pictures off the internet will be fine. If there's a particular bird in a particular position, take a photo of it, make it work. Tell them what you like about the photo. If it's the colors that you like, tell them that. If it's the angles that you like, tell them that. Include the information. Go dense with the information. So send that through and wait for a response. I would say wait 4 weeks for a response. Some tattoo artists, unfortunately, we're artistic people and the communication side of the brain probably doesn't function that well for some of us. So unless we have assistance, we can't get back to emails on the regular. Some tattoo artists are super organized, so good for them. Some of us aren't. So wait 3 to 4 weeks for a response. If you don't get one, just bump the email up, send it through again. They might have just read it and went to get back to it and then accidentally missed it. Then wait until you get a response back from that artist. In the email, also make sure that you include the fact that you are traveling interstate or internationally, and let them know, if you are willing to travel internationally and not see the design, that's great. And I've done that before. If you trust your artist, it's fine. If you are thinking, hey, what if I travel overseas and then I actually don't like the design? If you're really worried about that, ask them what their process is. Let them know you'd be happy to pay a drawing fee or a deposit to see the design in advance and see if they'd be happy to do that. If it's an international customer, I'm sure they'll be able to make an exception to their rule. But yeah, just let them know that you're coming from somewhere far away and they'll be happy to accommodate. Okay, so once they email you back, they'll give you all the information that you need. They'll either accept the project or they may decline the project if it's not to their artistic taste. But if they accept the project, they'll give you a time frame in which you can book. They may give you a price, they may not. You can ask for an estimate on price or an hourly rate so that you can budget. Just do it in a polite way. And then you book it in and you can pay a deposit. They will most likely require a deposit, especially from an international customer. This may only be 1 or 2 hours. It may be larger if it's a couple of days worth of tattooing, something like that. And congratulations, your tattoo is booked. So then you want to go online, organize yourself some flights and some accommodation. Please don't forget that, so I myself used to travel on the day of the tattoo. Would not recommend unless you are a huge trooper, but I used to travel from where I am in Queensland, fly an hour to Brisbane, stay in Brisbane, and then hop up 4 a.m. in the morning, fly 3 hours to Melbourne, taxi it to the tattoo studio, get tattooed for 6 hours, taxi it back to the airport, fly 3 hours back to Brisbane, and then the next day fly back to where I am. Not recommended, because that just did a number on my immune system and I was tired and I was on planes, leaking blood, being a biological risk. Ugh. Cleaning tattoos in airport bathrooms is not recommended. So yeah, I would totally recommend that you arrive at least the day before and leave at least the day after your tattoo. Just factor in the accommodation into a bit of a holiday or something. And yeah, that will be better for you, better for travel, better for the airport and everybody around you. So you've booked all your accommodation. I would definitely recommend emailing your artist a week before and just reconfirming the appointment, saying, hey, just double checking that I'm coming, I've got my flights booked, is this date still good for you? And yeah, the artist should get back to you. It's just good to touch base and let them know that you're still coming as well. If something has come up with them, they have forgotten to contact you, it does mean that you've got time to cancel your bookings, hopefully without any cancellation fees. But that hasn't happened to me before, and anything can happen. Okay, some things that I would highly recommend for you to take on international or interstate tattoo travel. Saniderm, Second Skin, any kind of second skin product that you can put directly over your tattoos would be a godsend. It prevents you from leaking blood and everything on your travels. It allows you to shower and put clothing straight over the fresh tattoo without having to put Glad wrap or cling film or something like that underneath your clothing. It really is a godsend. I definitely recommend cling wrapping the first day, letting it sort of weep out hopefully not into the hotel room sheets, because I've done that before and tattoo slime is like a weird undefined body fluid. It probably scared the crap out of the cleaners, but anyway. Cling wrap it the night of that you've got it done, clean it thoroughly the next morning, and then put the Second Skin product on. That way it's not going to fill up with heaps of plasma. It probably still will, but not as much. So definitely a Second Skin aftercare product. Another thing is snacks or sweet. Obviously you can't take food internationally, but interstate you can take lollies, you can take chocolates, that kind of thing. Internationally, buy it somewhere close by before the appointment, because if you're going to the tattoo studio you really need to have food. I've been caught out before where I've been in a rush, got the cab straight to the appointment, and then I felt lightheaded at the appointment and there was no shops nearby, which wasn't ideal. So yeah, just make sure that you're prepared with food and that you have a good meal prior to the appointment as well. And if you're going to like a different country that doesn't have the same cuisine, just be careful not to have like any weird spicy food. I did have a friend that got tattooed in Japan recently whose stomach wasn't in the greatest of shape prior to the appointment, so go safe with the food choices leading up to that appointment. Make sure that you pack clothes according to the climate of the place that you're going. This has stung me. In Melbourne, in Australia, there's a saying called 4 seasons in one day. It is so true. I went down, I think for an appointment in maybe April, where I was, it was like an average of 32, 33 degrees, which is totally normal for here. So I was like, oh, you know, what if Melbourne's a little bit colder? I'll take like a light cardigan just in case. Got down there, it was like 4 degrees and I was definitely not prepared. So I had the adrenaline shakes and I had the cold shakes, and yeah, make sure that you Google the climate of where you're going in the week leading up and pack accordingly. And also think about things like access to the tattoo site. So make sure that you don't just pack dresses if you're getting a back tattoo. Maybe pack things that are dark in color. So if you do get tattoo slime on your clothes, it's not going to be like openly visible to people. I also like to pack my own paper towel and cling wrap and micro pore tape. That way, if I do have to dress my tattoo or clean my tattoo, I don't have to do so in like a public bathroom using paper towels or something like that. I've brought my own. I know it's clean. And tape, definitely, so that you can tape cling film on. That's really important, like micro pore tape. Bring your phone charger, bring some headphones. Do everything that I said in my videos about mentally preparing yourself and physically preparing yourself, but just include the fact that you've got long distance travel in that equation as well. Like I was saying before about like the tummy issues and stuff in the foreign countries, I would recommend just to pack with you stomach settling medicine just in case you need it, just so that you can be prepared, especially if they're like a non-English speaking country and you can't dictate to a pharmacist what's going on with you. So it's good to be prepared. Just think ahead, prepare for everything. Yeah, so that's all I can think of right now for interstate and international travel for tattoos. If you've got any questions about the topic, please comment them below and I will address them in a future video. Now, I did have one question from somebody who asked, is the aftercare products included in the price of the tattoo? And I'm going to go ahead and say that 95% of the time it will not be. You will need to purchase your own aftercare products. You can ask the studio or the artist that you're going to if they sell them, and that way you can be prepared. You can either buy them there or you can buy it and bring it with you prior to the appointment. But yeah, the cost of aftercare generally is not included in the hourly rate of your tattoo. One of the reasons for this is because there are many different aftercare products on the market, and a lot of people are allergic to or intolerant to some of the products in these aftercare creams and that kind of thing. So the aftercare cream is really like an individual journey. So it would be unfair to you to charge you for an aftercare product as part of the hourly rate for you to find out that you're allergic to pawpaw and you can't use it, and then you have to go and spend money again. So it's really up to you to figure it out. You can do a patch test if you're not sure. I will do a video reviewing aftercare products very, very shortly, so keep an eye out for that. And head over to my Instagram account, Hayley Tattooer, to see some of my tattoo work and some of the stupid stuff that I get up to in my life. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya.